Welcome to Sport Wrap, and I hope you're welcoming me back because I am absolutely excited to be back on your screens. It's been a while. I missed so much with you guys. I missed the ending of the Olympics, the beginning of the Premier League, but you know what? I didn't miss any of the local Namibian sports news, which we have for you in abundance today. My name is Ashwin Berry. You're at the right place if you love sport. We start off in the world of hockey, where there are the Central-South Africa Qualifiers, which are currently taking place in Zimbabwe. Let's have a look at how those results have been shaping up. So Zambia and Eswatini, that game is yet to be played. Zimbabwe versus Eswatini as well. In fact, those are two games which have already been played on the schedule. My apologies. Zimbabwe versus Namibia. That's the game that's for the women. We're going to show you that result a little later. And Namibia will be facing Zambia. So, full time, Zimbabwe versus Eswatini was 22-0. Yep, you counted that correctly, 22-0. Eswatini with a lot of work to do at the Central-South Africa Hockey Qualifiers for ACN 2025. Zambia also coming through with a large scoreline, 17-0 to Eswatini. Eswatini must not be liking those sister countries, Zimbabwe and Zambia, currently right now. But that's how that result went down. And of course, Namibia, the women 3-1, beating Zimbabwe in the Central-South Africa Qualifier for ACN 2025. These are the women representing Namibia and of course, making the land of the brave proud. So, Ongos Valley Sevens Rugby has officially been launched, and this is an exciting tournament. So exciting, in fact, that Ongos has put 100,000 Namibian dollars into the initiative. This is how the press briefing went.
They look forward to a competition where there's prize money and medals. So I think when we create that environment, the awareness is one, and the desire for people to get involved and actually be a star at that level.
Hende from Eagle FM. As Ongos is involved in a lot of sports, could you elaborate a bit about the sort of responsibility that Ongos feels to invest in the sporting infrastructure of Namibia?
Yeah, so that's a big question, but let me start from this perspective. In Namibia, most of our sports are amateur. And what I found in administrating some of the sports is that if the corporates don't get involved to actually make resources available, it's very difficult for our sports to flourish. So I think I would typically invite all other corporates to also look at what Ongos is doing. We're putting a lot of our resources as far as even people who work with us. So we encourage that every employee at Ongos attends our games, whether it's the sevens, whether it's the soccer, the basketball, netball. That's just part of the culture of what Ongos is. And then apart from that, we've got a foundation, and that foundation makes funds available from our company in order to sponsor or to get involved in sports. So it may be at a core, I think it's the right thing to do. It's part of our culture, and it actually attracts a lot of people to kind of stay with us and work with us, because that kind of DNA is what we stand for, and that's what attracts people.
Mr. John, maybe I forgot to ask something. I'm not sure if it can relate to this. Are we looking at forming a national team after the sevens, the first event? Is there something coming up for the sevens in Westphal International is concerned?
Yeah, there's a program in Africa going on where Namibia was invited to qualify for the Olympics. We couldn't attend. That was in June this year because we don't have a good enough program to be competitive at that level. We can't go every time, just select a team and go over. We need to have a program more specifically towards sevens. Sevens is not just a game of it. There's specialities too, but it's less than the 15 men. But at the end we need to have a better program to be more competitive in Africa, qualifying for the World Cups, qualifying for the Olympics and all other tournaments going with that.
Okay, so seeing that this is a developing program that has to grow over 5 years, why did you opt to go for professional players rather than taking the guys from the developing teams and training them into this program, since you are trying to form players for the national team?
Do you want me to take that? Or?
Yeah, I'll take it. Development starts at grassroots, as I said, but not one player in Namibia is professional. Everybody is still amateur. We don't have an established sevens team in Namibia. We still need to start from scratch. We will appoint a coach taking responsibility for that team or for a group of players which we will develop in the national team. So yes, we need to go back to grassroots, and we need to start at that level, and that will happen. But for initially, to start off with, there must be something, and this is the something. We have a program now in place, and when that starts, the next things will fall into place.
So maybe next year we can expect like the under 19s to be part of the program, the sevens?
It will definitely be another program. It can't be the same. This will be, we will make it bigger, but it cannot be an under 19 program. This will be for seniors. But we need to have programs in place for our schools at the same level, at our primary schools, and working through that, getting to the Ongo Sevens. Ongo Sevens must be the ultimate.
Now, if there's one thing we like, it is a good comeback, and Black Africa supporters are ready to steer their team back to glory. Brian Munango had a conversation with Jomo Anzelius, who's the chairperson of the Supporters Club, as they are raring to go to push their club all the way into glory. I'm going to leave you with this, and then after that, Ari Hohad will sign us off with Globetrotting.
Neo Paints is proud to call Namibia home. For more than 70 years, Neo Paints has been inspired by this country's natural colors and beauty. To produce the wide variety of trusted quality paints we have become known for. Proudly Namibian by nature, Neo Paints has over the years involved itself in several key projects across the nation, bringing lasting beauty, premium paints to liven up both indoor and outdoor environments. As durable as the Namib Desert, Neo Paints has stood the test of time through all weather conditions, leaving a lasting impression on the hearts and the minds of all Namibians. Neo Paints Namibia, a coat of excellence.
Well, yes, good day, viewers. As you can see, we have a special background there that says 1964. This is the big team in Namibia that we all know as Black Africa. We are joined by Jomo Anzelius, who is the chairperson for Black Africa. He's just here to tell us more about what the plan is for the team and how they plan on getting back on track, getting back to being known as one of the best teams in Namibia, if not the best team in Namibia. Well, thank you for your time, Jomo, and thank you for joining us in studio.
Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity that
Okay.
I got. Let me just make one thing correct. I'm not the chairperson of Black Africa.
Okay.
I'm the chairperson of the interim committee for the supporters.
For the supporters. Okay, apologies there, Mr. Jomo. But let's talk about it.
Yeah.
We are here to discuss Black Africa. The whole plan is to talk about what the plan is for Black Africa going forward. I mean, you guys, last year you guys fell out of the Debmarin Premiership. You guys went to the first division. The plan now is to get back to the Premier League, of course. Tell us how you guys plan on doing this.
Normally, Black Africa is owned by supporters and backed by supporters. If not, we are the best represented team when it comes to supporters in the whole corners of Namibia. And without supporters, any team in the world can never move forward. And that is why, as supporters, we want to bring the team back by supporting the team. Be behind the team. That is our main aim. And that is why we want to call upon a meeting, which is going to be staged or host on the 1st of September, so that we can sit and talk about it. How best can we support the team to move forward? And that is our aim, the biggest aim. And normally, the supporters are there. You know, we talk about the 13th player.
Yeah.
13th player normally. Yeah, the 13th player. Yeah, you've got the 11, and then you've got the referees, and then you've got the supporters, yeah. Actually the technical team, and then you've got the supporters. That is what you call the 13th player. And that is why we seriously want to beg the supporters in Namibia to be part and parcel of that meeting, so that we can stand behind the team and bring back the team to where we are, where we were, and actually to Namibia. Not only Namibia, but we were already part and parcel of Africa. We were a talking point of Africa, because we were the first team to have foreigners actually even playing for Black Africa.
Look, we can see what African Stars is doing now. And we all know that Black Africa is a team that was at that place before. Speaking of the 1st of September, what is the agenda for the meeting? What can people expect to happen from that meeting? It's happening at a school, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, Shifidi High School.
Shifidi High School, yes.
Starting from 12 o'clock. That is when we are going to have the meeting. You know, Stars is there, doing things the right way.
Yeah.
Those are the models that we already did before Stars actually got it.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes you learn from the best.
Yes, you guys laid the foundation.
Yeah, we laid the foundation. Those things we did it already. It's only that now a bit of infights, but that is history. It's water under the bridge. But our aim is unification first. Reconciliation, unification, and after that, we want to see that as a unified nation of Black Africa, of people of Black Africa, how can we go about to bring the team to their best ever success? Because if I'm talking about best ever success, already this year, when we are going to be allowed to play against the Premier League teams, we are going to take them on and we are going to show them this is Black Africa.
Okay.
As a first division team, we are already going to tell them that this is the message, this is Black Africa. And from there, we will go back to the Premier League. So our way is a unified nation will never fall. That's why we want to unify Black Africa as it was. And because of that, Black Africa will never ever again fall and will get their place back into the Premier League. That is our aim, main aim, reconciliation, unifying, etc., and way forward.
And back into the Premier League.
Back into the Premier League.
I think we all would love to see Black Africa back in the Premier League. But if I can put you on the spot, what are the steps that you guys are going to take to try and make sure that Black Africa is back in the Premier League and a team to be reckoned with again? Are we going to see, like you say, we're going to see them fight better with cups like the NFA Cup, and then you guys can face Premier League teams? What are the steps going to be for you guys to get the team back on track?
The brand itself is talking. When we are going to say, okay, Black Africa, we need players. I know Black Africa will always immediately get best players ever because of the name, because of the brand.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's just many people sit back. They decided, because of these infights, where do we go now? But that is what we want to iron out now. To say, no, we are back. From now onwards, we want to be back and play be the Black Africans that we were. And that is by unifying us. Talk the same language or speak the same language. That is what we want. And from there, we want to move forward. So the brand itself will bring players. And I can guarantee you, we will be there. We'll be making sure we'll bring in somehow the tradition, the fitness level of players, looking after the players. That is the best thing. The most important thing. The players are the main thing.
Yeah.
And I heard somewhere around our players, you could see there was a, exodus of players 2 years back of Black Africa. place spinners, 7 players that went to stars, which makes stars sign.
Yeah, all the players.
They look like a sunlight of Namibia, but I know. Okay, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. You don't treat the players nicely, they go.
Yeah.
And we accepted it. But we know Black Africa never actually look at players or get players from other teams. We created players. Those players that stars were having and currently also having, we make them.
Yeah.
And you can also have an example. Willie Stephanus was the scorer in Botswana. It's our make.
But it's your production.
It's
your
our
product.
it's our production.
Yeah.
They can call it they can call it or whatever they want to, but it's a fact. It's a fact. So as I said, the brand will bring players.
The brand will call the players.
And then we'll go to the culture, because every team have got their own type of cultural way. They've got their own ethnicity. They've got their own way of doing things. And that is what is important. Let's bring back what makes Black Africa successful. And that is our culture in Black Africa. So that is what we are going to do.
Exciting times. We are very looking forward to what's going to happen with Black Africa, because I mean, for our generation, people that are watching football now, the team that is dominating football in Namibia, we all know, is African Stars. And knowing the history that comes with Black Africa is a team that's also supposed to be up there.
Precisely.
Well, for you guys as a rival club, obviously, looking at Stars doing all these wonderful things, and you guys have to sit on the bench and have to look at it. I'm sure that's what sparked all of this for you guys to want to come back. But how much of a big task do you think it's going to be to get Stars back into the Premier League? Not Stars, but Black Africa.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. With Namibian soccer, there's a lot of politics in it, definitely. That is not our cup of tea. Our cup of tea is currently now our team.
Yes.
Because if your internal house is not correct, why correcting the other one? So by doing so, obviously, if you look at the fraternity of sports also, when you look at the NFA, the soccer ruling body in the past, all the administrators mostly came from Black Africa. If you look at the coaches, it was Black Africa. Most of the coaches in Namibia, they are coming from the Black Africa fraternity. So we did the right thing, and I think we are going to do the right thing again.
Yeah.
It's just going back to the drawing back and doing things the right way. And I think if Black Africa can do it, the others can do it. It's only that Black Africa, I always do it the better way or the best way, and that is what they will going to follow. It's only the infights, and we were totally disappointed with that. It's the first time in the history of Black Africa that happened, and that is what we have to fork out now and make sure that now everything is going to be in place and do the things the right way.
The right way.
Yes.
Lovely stuff. Okay, well, the blueprint is already there. Success has already been there with the club, so it shouldn't be a hard effort for you guys. Well, for the viewers that are watching at home, any few words you'd like to tell them regarding the meeting on Sunday?
Yeah,
on the 1st of September?
We are already busy encouraging our regional supporters fraternity, and they will be there. They promise they will be there with their people. The venue people, when we are looking at our WhatsApp groups, we've got +3 WhatsApp groups that are talking the way they are talking. Let them also be at the meeting and talk. Let's sit there and talk.
Yeah.
And get the things right, and then we talk the same language. Not everybody scolding each other on the meet here, etc. No. And if we are going to meet there on that 1st of September, I think that it is going to be the best platform ever. And I think we'll never ever again, as Black Africa fraternity, run to the platforms and talk different languages.
Yeah.
We'll just speak one language. That is why the 1st of
September's
meeting, everybody, mostly people of Windhoek, because currently Ochorango is ahead of us with their supporters. They have got 250 supporters that are coming, and we cannot be their host and then
not have supporters
here.
People from Ochorango.
But when we are talking about our WhatsApp group, we talk about already 400 plus supporters that are having an infight there.
Yeah.
Come get the truth. Let's talk and iron out the wrongs, and then move the same way.
Move the same way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys have heard it from the chairman himself. That just means everyone should gather on the 1st of September. Make sure you can make a turn. Your voice could be heard, or you could hear the news yourself. But yeah, what is the school? At which school must everyone come?
Shifidi High School.
Shifidi High School.
The school hall. That is from 12 o'clock. If people are there, we feel like having a march on the Saturday. As Black Africa supporters, just go around just to intrigue them that we are on.
We are
for
on
the Sunday.
Okay.
If people can do their shoppings, because it's the end of the month normally, they can do their shoppings by Saturday, and then Sunday, please, it's family day. Let's be the Black Africa family together.
Let's get the team back to the top.
It's only once that we are coming together. The next meetings, we'll see if things are arising. We'll continue to have meetings, but this is the most important meeting that we're going to have with our supporters after so many years.
Lovely, lovely. Okay, Mr. Anzelius, thank you for your time and thank you for joining us in studio. Like I said before, I do let you leave. Are there any other words you'd like to leave the Black Africa supporters with?
Yeah, thank you also for the opportunity that I got from MHE. It's great. You know, it's about soccer. It's about the sports of Namibia. Sport is bringing people together all over the world. But the Black Africa fraternity, there won't be any violence, there won't be any fights. It's the way forward that we are going to talk about. Nothing of the past. It was the way mistakes. We don't know. There's sometimes in history they say, today's history is tomorrow's future. To have a better future, you have to iron out problems. No. It's just, there will be problems that we will iron out and do it the right way. But I think, please, let's be there and let's iron out those smaller ones. It's not big, actually. For me, it's not big problems. It was just we become relaxed and obvious. We take everything obviously, but let's take it differently now. We are going to take a different approach, be aggressive as Black Africa always been, and that is our way we are going to go back. We are obvious that we are champions, we did everything right, but everything is not right until we practice it and become perfect. And that is what we're going to do.
Lovely stuff. Okay, so thank you for your time in studio. Like you guys said, I think this is exciting news for all Black Africa supporters. The 1st of September is the first day or us trying to rework and get back to the top with Black Africa. But like I said, thank you for joining us in studio.
They must always, people Black Africa must always remember what they can do. We can always do it the better way. So be there for the Black Africa fraternity.
Okay, well, that's all the time that we have in studio, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with tennis news first. It is the next major of the year, the US Open, that will start on Monday. That's at Flushing Meadows, that is in New York. News from the ATP, the men's side of the tournament, is that number 1 seed Jannik Sinner will be in the tournament, and he will be number 1 seed in the tournament. He was in the news because he tested positive for a banned substance in March. So it was investigated and it was declared that he got it inadvertently. He was contaminated by his physiotherapist that used a spray on his hand when he had the cut. So he's not guilty then, and he will be able to play in the US Open that starts on Monday. On to soccer news, and it is still transfers that's in the news. The first week of the English Premier League is behind us. Manchester City, the defending champions, getting off to a winning start at a away game to Chelsea. News from Manchester City is that they're trying to get the German player Gundogan to come back to the club. He used to play for Manchester City. He left in 2023 to Barcelona, but it seems like Barcelona do have financial challenges at the moment, and they need to have a few players to let them go, and it's a possibility that Gundogan can go back to Manchester City. Manchester City urgently need a defender, and it is because of Julian Alvarez that left the club, and also injury to Oscar Bob. More soccer news is that the Professional Footballers Association announced their winners of the season, the previous season. The player of the year is Phil Foden of Manchester City, and it is also a young player of the year that was announced, and that is Cole Palmer. He plays for Chelsea. He is the Professional Footballers Association Young Player of the Year. The women's side is Khadija Shaw. She plays for Manchester City as well. She's the player of the year. And then the young player of the year is from Manchester United. She's Grace Clinton. So those are the awards for the Professional Football Association, the best players for the season that just ended. And closing off today's international sports news, it is Formula One racing news. It is after a few weeks break, it is back to action again for Formula One. It's going to be the Dutch Grand Prix this coming weekend. It will be on Sunday. That's the home racing track for the leader at the moment. That is Max Verstappen. He's racing in a Red Bull Honda, and he's again the favourite to do well in the Dutch Grand Prix. At the moment on the points table, he's leading on 277 points, but he's been challenged by Lando Norris of McLaren on 199. Then also Charles Leclerc in his Ferrari is on 177 points. There's strong competition in the Constructors' Championship at the moment, with McLaren and Ferrari doing better this season. It is still Red Bull that is the leading there on 408 points. That's combined for the two racing drivers. Just behind them, 42 points behind them, is McLaren on 366, and then followed by Ferrari on 345. So the battle for the top three in the Constructors' Championship of the Formula One is very close. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.